Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. The diagnostic trouble code P050B indicates a performance issue with the cold start ignition timing control system in the Honda Civic model 2022 and onwards. This code specifically arises when the powertrain control module, PCM, detects that the ignition timing is advanced too much during the quiescent warm state, QWS, operation. The QWS is essentially the engine's idle state after a cold start, and irregularities in timing can severely affect performance and fuel efficiency. The PCM is tasked with managing how and when the engine's ignition occurs, and when this management falters, diagnostic trouble codes are stored to alert technicians of the underlying issues. In this presentation, we will explore the error description, possible causes, symptoms, and a thorough step-by-step troubleshooting process to resolve the P050B code for effective vehicle repair. The code P050B signifies that there is an excessive advancement in ignition timing during the cold start phase of the engine operation. This abnormality is detected by the powertrain control module, PCM, which monitors multiple engine parameters to ensure optimal performance. The pertinent components affected generally include the intake air system, throttle body, mass airflow (MAF) sensor, and intake air temperature (IAT sensor 1). The PCM is located within the engine compartment and acts as the main computer that coordinates engine functions. Additionally, the MAF sensor and IAT sensors help monitor air intake characteristics, and any issues with these components can lead to incorrect fuel-air mixtures, leading to timing errors. Thus, understanding the locations and functions of these components is critical for accurate diagnostics. Several factors can lead to the P050B code. A common possibility includes blockages in the intake air duct, which can restrict airflow necessary for effective combustion. If the throttle body has accumulated dirt or carbon, it can interfere with its movement and function, causing irregularities in the air-fuel mixture. Another likely cause is a malfunction of the mass airflow (MAF) sensor or the intake air temperature (IAT sensor 1). These sensors are critically important as they provide data to the PCM to modulate the fuel injection and ignition timing accordingly. Additionally, any electrical problems, such as issues with wiring or connectors leading to these components, could also surface as contributing factors. Identifying these possible causes is crucial for a focused diagnostic process. The symptoms associated with the P050B code may significantly impact vehicle performance. Drivers often experience rough engine idling, which manifests as an irregular or unstable engine sound when starting after it has been cold. Additionally, there may be noticeable issues with acceleration, where the vehicle doesn't respond promptly to throttle inputs or seems sluggish. In severe cases, the engine may misfire due to incorrect timing, leading to potential long-term engine damage if not addressed promptly. Furthermore, as part of the onboard diagnostics, the check engine light will illuminate to alert the driver that a condition requiring attention is present. Recognizing these symptoms early is essential for timely intervention. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P050B involves turning the vehicle's ignition to the on position without starting the engine. This initiates the vehicle's systems and allows for monitoring. It is crucial to ensure that the engine has cooled down to the specified temperature, which is 77 degrees Fahrenheit, 25 degrees Celsius or less. This is vital because tests should be conducted in cold conditions to accurately assess the performance of the ignition timing. Once the engine is sufficiently cool, start the engine and allow it to idle for at least 10 seconds. During this period, Use the Honda Diagnostic System HDS to monitor the onboard diagnostics OBD status specifically for code P050B. This initial step laid the groundwork for further investigations. In Step 2 of troubleshooting for DTC P050B, the focus shifts to inspecting the intake air duct and the air cleaner housing. The condition of these components is crucial, as any obstruction or blockage can lead to insufficient airflow, thereby causing ignition timing issues. Begin by visually inspecting the intake air duct for physical damage, cracks, or signs of wear. Follow this by checking the air cleaner housing for any debris or contaminants that may have entered. Carefully confirm that the airflow is unrestricted and that there are no blockages obstructing the path to the engine. If abnormalities or concerns arise during this inspection, it indicates potential issues with the intake air system components. The third troubleshooting step for DTC P050B focuses on the throttle body. Begin by disconnecting the throttle body inlet hose to gain access for maintenance. Cleaning the throttle body is essential to remove any dirt, carbon deposits, or residues that may have built up over time and could impact its operation. Once cleaned, a thorough inspection of both the throttle valve and bore is necessary. Look for any remaining dirt or carbons, as well as any signs of physical damage that could impede functionality. Ensuring that these components are free of obstruction is vital for proper engine performance and timing control. If damage or dirt is present, this could directly contribute to the ignition timing issues being experienced. In Step 4, the focus shifts to inspecting the functionality of the mass airflow MAF sensor. Start the engine and allow it to reach the proper idle state. At this point, confirm that the conditions for the testing are satisfactory. For instance, the HDS should show the engine cooled temperature ECT sensor at over 158 degrees Fahrenheit, 70 degrees Celsius, while ensuring that the continuously variable transmission CVT is in park or neutral, or a manual transmission MT is in neutral. All engine and electrical loads should be turned off to provide a controlled environment. Hold the engine speed at 2,500 RPM for 30 seconds, allowing the MAF sensor to provide readings during this period. Monitoring the MAF sensor values is crucial. Normal conditions should result in values between 4.1 grams per second and 5.7 grams per second. If the readings are outside this range, it indicates the potential for a malfunction in the MAF sensor or the IAT sensor 1. The final troubleshooting step involves directly assessing the functionality of the intake air temperature IAT sensor 1. Begin by noting the ambient air temperature before turning the vehicle's ignition to the on position. Quickly access the HDS and record the reading from the IAT sensor. Comparing this value to the noted ambient temperature is crucial. The difference should yield less than 5.4 degrees Fahrenheit, 3 degrees Celsius. This comparison helps in determining whether the IAT sensor is accurately reporting the temperature of the incoming air. If the difference exceeds this threshold, it signals a fault with the IAT sensor or issues in the air intake system affecting its readings. Ensuring precise functioning of both the MAF and IAT sensors is paramount for maintaining correct combustion and timing. Upon completing the troubleshooting steps for DTC P050B, the final repair verification is essential to ensure that the issues have been fully resolved. Begin by clearing any diagnostic trouble codes stored in the PCM. After this, it is advisable to conduct a test drive of the vehicle under various conditions, combining city and highway driving scenarios to adequately assess performance. Throughout the drive, observe the vehicle for any returning symptoms or warning lights. It is vital to monitor real-time data from the onboard diagnostics to evaluate whether the system operates within normal parameters. Finally, if all conditions appear satisfactory and no new DTCs occur, you can confidently conclude that the issue has been effectively addressed and remedied. Preventive maintenance is crucial to avoiding future occurrences of DTC P050B. Regularly checking the air cleaner and replacing it as needed helps ensure that airflow to the engine remains unobstructed and that contaminants do not impact performance. Moreover, creating a schedule for routine cleaning of the throttle body is beneficial, as this component can easily become dirty or caked with carbon deposits. Continuous monitoring of the performance of both the MAF and IAT sensors is essential to catch early signs of failure before they lead to more significant issues. Additionally, if any symptoms arise, addressing them immediately can prevent minor problems from developing into major concerns. By implementing these measures, you can maintain optimal engine performance and prolong vehicle lifespan. In conclusion, understanding and addressing the P050B trouble code is essential for maintaining the Honda Civic's performance, particularly regarding cold start conditions. This code signifies ignition timing complications, often related to the MAF sensor, IAT sensor, or problems in the intake air system. By following the prescribed troubleshooting steps, technicians can accurately diagnose the root causes and implement necessary repairs. Regular maintenance practices, including air cleaner inspections and throttle body cleaning, are vital for preventing recurrence of the issue. Ultimately, knowing when to seek troubleshooting can save time and resources, ensuring a smoother and more reliable driving experience, not only for the technician, but for the vehicle owner as well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.